Hey now, hey, welcome to Conversations After Dark. Oh, my little head is cut off. I didn't know that. I'll fix it later. I'm like the headless horseman. We are back like a 64 Cadillac, not with a flat. I am here. Welcome. I see you, Nico. I see you, Keisha. I see you. I think Fred was in the chat. I see you if you're back. And it was I think it was Mark. So if you back, sorry we're a little late, Everybody is rushing to slide into their chairs. I've been sitting here. Oh wait, let me turn my little gadget down. Playing with my grandson. So I was trying not to be late because I've been having some sound issues trying to get my little gadgets in order. So I'm on my laptop. I was trying to get my little. I got a brand new microphone. See my whole little setup, but I can't seem to get my sound and stuff right. When I'm feeling good, I'm gonna sit with G-Lew and try to get all my sound and stuff together so that I can hear and you can hear me and my sound is better. So, but it feels good to be back. I know I've been taking some time off. I'm trying to get not to be putting all my business in the street, but trying to regulate my high blood pressure because I keep getting these crazy headaches and I don't eat. And I was just talking to Eric talking about malnutrition. But I'm trying. I'm gonna shout out K Judah today because I got on his shirt. Get that knowledge. So, and then I found my pink hat. I've been looking for this hat for so long. If you've been with us since we were conversations in the hookah lounge, we have Meech Apparel on here. I've been looking for this hat for so long. So yeah, I got my little pink hat on today. I love my little pink and purple. So hey now. So we have Neno. I don't know is going to join us tonight. She out. She was trying to. She at the movie. I think Michael Jackson got everybody at the movie. She was trying to get back in time. And Tasha's on her way in from work, so she'll be joining us real soon too. So I'm gonna talk a little bit while we wait for Tasha to jump in with us. Crazy that we came up with this topic before I didn't even know it was Mother's Day. I don't really celebrate too many holidays. I've been in Bible study. I kind of been getting enlightened on certain things though, because I'm not a Jehovah Witness. Everyone knows like she's a Jehovah Witness. I just don't celebrate man-made holidays. If it's not in the Bible, I don't celebrate it. I celebrate only holy days that are in the scriptures in the Bible. My dog is always laying on my Bible. I think he's trying to suck up that knowledge. Get that knowledge. But it's crazy because through some Bible study and Bible teachings lately, I kind of mean not with any man-made holidays because I don't celebrate birthdays at all. But I kind of got some new information on that. But that's a whole different story. But anyway, I didn't know it was Mother's Day because, of course, I don't really pay attention to what's going on. And I kind of been disengaging from the world. And I've been, like I told G-Lew, I've been listening to audiobooks on the TV audiobooks while I'm working and just disengaging because everything is just so negative and I can't have a lot of negativity into my spirit. So it kind of shocked me that we're doing this Queen's episode so close to Mother's Day. And my mom is gone. And I never worshipped or celebrated my mom on one day. I did Abuelita all the time. Me and my mom went to dinner once a month, just me and my mom. No grandkids, no kids, no nothing. Just me and my mom because I just really wanted to show her a lot of appreciation for the woman that she made me, who I turned out to be, because as a child, me and my mom didn't get along at all. She used to always say, "You just like me." And I was like, "Oh no, crazy Cuban lady, I am nothing like you. You loud, you obnoxious, you bossy." I'm loud, I'm obnoxious, I'm bossy. Go figure, right? So I turned out to be just like her. And she would say me and my sister were two parts of her. Like there was one side that was just like her was my sister, and the other side was just like me. And I just always took the time to show her appreciation all the time. We got close when I became a woman. As a young girl, I was a tomboy. I mean, I always make comments if I was born now in this era instead of that era, I was such a tomboy. When you're such a boy, they turn you into a boy. They'd have turned me into a straight boy. I was such a tomboy. I wanted to do everything the boys were doing. I wanted to play football. They made me a cheerleader. I ran track. I played basketball. I wanted to be. I have 5 brothers. You have to remember. I have 5 brothers. I have 5 sons. I think the Lord gave me all them brothers because He knew I was going to have 5 sons. My dad is a military man. My grandfather's a military man. My mom used to walk around and smack me, talk about ladies don't behave like that. Ladies don't sit like that. Ladies don't do that. So she was constantly trying to teach me to be a lady. So I say that to say, when we do this show, it's really going to touch upon a lot of times you have to have, a lot of times, ladies, we get a bad reputation for she said how late, girl, we on right now. And let me let her know, girl, we live. I told her we are gonna be a little late, and she was like, good, I'm running a little late too. We on now, girly. So a lot of times, and then I being raised by my dad, I got a real rough exterior, and I get to, like when my mom would tell me a lot of times girls don't behave that way. As a grown woman, I get told a lot women don't speak that way. So it's always a catch-22 with women. Like, you expect us to be very strong, especially when we're single moms, because I raised 5 sons, and you have to have a rough exterior if you don't want to raise girly men. Because if you look around, a lot of times our men are behaving just like our moms, like their moms. And I refuse to put out a bunch of boys in the street. They're all grown men now. My youngest is 24. My oldest would have been, he's born in 87. I don't know, what, 40, almost 40. So the last thing you want to do is have them running around. And, I have a friend, and when her son was about 3, I told him he's going to be a girl. He's just way too feminine. He's a feminite. What is it called in the Bible? A feminite? Feminine? Because you could see it when boys behave way too much like their moms. And that's one thing that I refuse to let my boys behave like me. My son had my mannerisms. He looked just like me and had my mannerisms. There are certain things that you just can't take away, but you want them to have a certain level of emotion so that they can deal with certain emotions, but you don't want them to be emotional. So I say that to say, when we talk so much about women having this rough exterior, we get called angry, we get called loud, we get called obnoxious. But then there's that softer side. Well, then we raised you, though. So we're gonna dive into how ladies, we got to fix our crown. Because if you ask the husband, he'll say, yes, you don't put up with too much. Because when we were working, they were like, oh, I don't know how you deal with that. Well, he like, she don't say nothing when she get home. She quiet. You can also have that rough exterior and know how to handle yourself, because in the business place or the workforce, or your car is breaking down, or all heck is breaking loose. You got to figure out, you don't want to be homeless. You got to pay. You got to do all these things that make you a tough, strong woman. And then you got to find that softer side and how to be passive, or how to be the soft side. And that's the things that we're going to get in today. We got to fix our crown, lady, because we got to be able to do both sides. And it was so much growing up with Abuelita. I only saw the rough exterior. I had to grow up. And the biggest reason my dad was like, it's time for you to go back to your mom, you need to stay with your mom, is because he wanted me to be more ladylike. He wanted me, I got the Timbos, I got the hat to the back, it's New York, I'm from New York. So a lot of times when people get around me, they were like, yeah, you not as laid back, because I'm LA all day. Stop playing this. What's up? I'm right here in Watts. Been here a long time. I've been here. Eric was a baby when we came to LA. So, and the boy is 24. He could say LA. What's G's song? I was born and raised in LA that he played. Was that last night? That is Eric for real. And then shout out to the 818. Y'all was in the 818. I wasn't feeling well, and I had my grandson who wasn't feeling well either. I went to take him to go play with the puppies. Probably wouldn't have been a good idea with I was looking at the videos. He probably shouldn't have went. So and then I have that New York state of mind. Let's get with it. Say what now? Is that my baby girl? This my mini me.
Hi, Auntie.
Hi, mini me.
Hi.
So I was talking about having to, because you have 5, but you don't have all 5 sons. I didn't realize it was Mother's Day coming up when we put together this show.
Happy Mother's Day, ladies.
Yeah. to all the mommies or
All the
mommies to
mommies out
be.
there.
And how I was talking about how strong Abuelita was and how she created such strong women. And then how to get that softer side. I was trying to, chop it up until you came because we're gonna get into how we get our crowns fixed and how we go from being very strong and then finding that softer side. So welcome into the chit and the chat. And then me being from New York, how I'm very rough around the edges. But and that's with that being said, because this is a testimony to, yeah, there's a very rough exterior to me. There is a straight to the point. I have a no nonsense personality. I don't like games. I don't like to play. Don't play with me. Don't
Period.
sugarcoat me. Get straight to the point because I may hurt your feelings. Somebody said you don't have to.
Exactly.
Yeah, somebody said something to me. You don't have to just tell me that not to hurt my feelings. And I said, oh no, I would just hurt your feelings. I'm
But
not
it's the
going.
truth, though. It's always the truth. It's just they can't take the truth. That's the problem. It's
I'm
always
not gonna
fact.
lie to you. I don't have to lie to kick it. If I don't like something, I'm gonna tell you. I'm straight to the point. You don't have to guess and figure it out. But I also raised a lot of kids, not just my kids, everybody else's kids. Kids were around me all the time. There is a real soft side to me. I read books. I played with the kids. Hey, when I learned how to do restraints, me and my sister restrained my oldest son. We had so much fun doing that. Like I knew how to fight. There's a big difference between not hitting somebody and restraining them. That was fun. Like so much fun. But we played with the kids. We played games with the kids. Like on the show we did with Sade, we sat and listened to that concert so many times. Oh my gosh. And then like even if I had to threaten Tasha to make sure that my son had a good time, he had a birthday party. Tasha was like, I didn't invite nobody. I said, yes, you are. Everything
I
is
got
always
you.
to make sure that I always want to make sure that somebody else is having a good time. And that's where you get your softer side. And I think motherhood does that. I think being a mom does that. If you're a good mom, you try to make sure that
That part.
everybody is yeah,
It's happy
uh,
around you.
yeah,
Yes.
everybody around you is happy. So now that we got my girl in, I would usually say, drop that beat. No, I'm just joking. Send sparkles. Oh, what is that? I keep seeing people send sparkles and music notes. I'm about to learn how to do
Mhm.
that. That is so cute. So I want to get into this topic now that Neno. I wonder if Neno went to go see Michael Jackson.
Huh. I'm avoiding that movie, so I'll pass.
It ain't the
I'm
truth anyway. They sugarcoated that movie because I read that there was a lot of things they couldn't put into. Like they had put it in there, and the reason the movie took a long time to come out is because they had to take it out.
about Toya saying she was molested by her dad and it was swept under the rug. None of the other sisters want to come out and say it. There,
Yeah,
that's a very Hollywood movie.
yeah,
Michael has no part in that. His legacy is ruined by his greedy ass family members. That's what you
yeah,
call childhood trauma.
yeah. Oh,
But
that is definitely
in the limelight,
yeah.
Hollywood style.
Yeah. When we went to go
Yeah.
eat for Loida's birthday,
Yeah, I'm so mad I missed
oh
it.
yes, I would say sister-in-law because it was she's Loida's sister-in-law, so that's my sister-in-law. She went to go see it. So but let's get started with this. And I'm gonna just jump into like a lot of times we think that we're super strong and like we got our stuff together and like and I'm gonna skip through my trauma because I went through I got married. Everyone knows if you follow the show, you've been here since Conversations in the Hookah Lounge to the name switch to Conversations After Dark because we want to have more grown up conversations with even though we don't come on after 9 because I ain't trying to be up that late. Um, I want to have more grown up conversations on here. So if you've been around, you already know I got married at 17. I got divorced at 29. So at what point did somebody like tell you that oh really? Oh cool beans. She could join in. That'd be cool. At what point does somebody tell you like your and I'm gonna use the word crown, like your crown was broken, like your crown, like if you think you have it together? Because when I was married, I thought I had it together. Like even if you didn't know what was going on in my household, what was I had the big house, I had the cars, I had the
Mhm.
If you looked at my, I mean, like anyone looking at my house, hey, she got the husband with the job. She don't have to work. She's a college graduate. She got those 4 kids, always clean, primed, and propped. She got the van, she got the sports car, he got the truck, he got the motorcycle. So when you looked in, everything looked great. Like anyone would you would die for my life. The 3,000 square foot home. I mean, like anytime we had a home, it was a nice home. Um, when did somebody tell you your crown was broken or your crown was faulty or start throwing rocks at your and you got a nice life. I mean, like you've come from Piper to what is it with like you've come from a hard knock life to where you've really made a. I'm so proud of you. I tell you all the time,
Thank
like
you.
I'm so impressed. I've been around a long time. I know I come and go because I be moving states. I'm like a little
I come and go
gypsy.
too. We're the same. We're
You
the
are my
same.
you are my mini me. Right. So
We
when's
up
the
and
first
go.
time? I know I love it so much. Hey, John. John.
Hello.
Somebody told you that your crown was broken or you didn't or like tried to rain on your parade.
I've always like sold myself short, with relationships. And I think my biggest downfall was maybe growing up and not feeling the way I needed to feel. That, and I showed that I brought that into the world as I, met people and built relationships, and my relations were built on my insecurities. So I've
Mm,
always dated someone that was comfortable for me to be comfortable with in the time and the space that I was in. Right. And then
mm.
I prolonged it, friendships, boyfriends. Um, so
Do
I
you
think we
think that
blinked
we
out
yeah, do you think that we bring people into our lives to because we're insecure that feed into those insecurities and keep us down? Cuz I
to
did
meet
that
us
with
where we're at.
David.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right. Before
Meeting us
David,
where we're at.
I was so secure within myself, and then something traumatic happened to me, and he jumped on that insecurity and kept it
Mm-hmm.
there.
They
Yeah,
know that's the only way they can keep you. It's because they're insecure in their own self and they have little narcissy tendencies, and they're trying to
right,
find someone like you that they can feed off of and feel your energy to pick up where they're lacking. But also, if you were to really know who you were self-worth, you wouldn't want to be with them, right? So
right,
and yeah, that's the only way I can explain it. I don't know. You're better with
yeah,
words. Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
And how that's the one thing that's the one thing as ladies with those insecurities, we really and men, if you're watching, pay attention to this because if you have daughters, this is what you really want to pay attention to. Like when they say you could put lipstick on a pig. So you can have, because I dress to the T all the time. Everyone has always borrowed my clothes. Never been big on makeup. That's not my thing. But between my hair and my clothes, if you looked at me, I looked perfect. And you really watch your daughters because if they're always, I had
That's
O,
true.
with OCD. I had OCD for a long time. It took this one to break it. If they're always at a trying to be perfect on the outside,
That's true.
the insecurities are eating them away on the
On the
inside.
inside.
I was also anorexic because of it. So if you're watching your daughters, fathers, I'm telling you, mothers, I'm telling you, if you got teenage daughters that you see they worry so much about their outside appearance, there's a level of insecurities that are building. And even if you have a wife that you notice she's OCD or she's always trying to look so perfect all the time or be so perfect all the time and can't deal with flaws, there's an insecurity that's building up and you got to figure out what it is.
And can I add to that? And I have to say the same thing for men. Men have the same insecurity. They just show them in different ways. As
Yeah.
women, ours are just, we're more sensitive, right? So ours shine more through because men just feel like they cannot be, you know, um, open or and vulnerable. And so
Yeah.
their projections come out as in attitude, standoffish, and so
Yeah.
it's different things they cover up inside as well. It's just they're not able to express those in the world that we are in today still, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But
And you think
it
that's
both
because
ways.
men are taught to be they're supposed to be leaders and make all the decisions, so they can't show that vulnerable side.
Right, but I just think that they have the same insecurities as we do if they're not where they want to be in life, if they've had past trauma, if they're, in competition with something that they think they need to be in competition with. I think it's just like you as a person, and what you've been through in your life and who you come into the world and who you're hiding yourself, who you're masking yourself as in the world. And we're doing that on purpose because of our insecurities.
Yeah.
But it shines in different ways in men and women.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's crazy that you say
But
that
that
because
is what you said. What you said is the truth. Like just because
yeah,
of the world, and then yeah,
yeah. I had a friend that and it was a male. He used to have like a tally card, like a little tally sheet of how many women that he had been with, and it was like a brag sheet. Um and as we got older and older and older, and he would brag
mm,
about the age that he had started, that he had lost his,
I
you
had a
know,
friend like that.
yeah, but after we got old, like old, we were sitting and talking, and it was crazy because we do these types of conversations. It was after something that I had done on the show, and it was another guest actually that was crazy. He had said to me that after looking back, that his first time wasn't consensual. That he looks back like it wasn't like something he was like gung ho about. It was kind of like a babysitter situation.
The same thing. That must be
Yeah,
like in the past, like things like that, because like the '90s and the '80s,
yeah,
because that's the same thing. That's crazy.
yeah. And then that's when
Yeah,
you say, so when you said that, I was thinking, yeah, their insecurities mask a different way than ours. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, wow. So, one thing that I think we make the biggest mistake is, and this is just, Dee Dee's opinion. This isn't like facts. I didn't research this. I didn't do any research for this show. This is really just my opinion. A lot of times I have statistics and things like that.
you're very smart though.
Just a life experience. I done
You're
been through a lot of life.
unbiased. You're unbiased though. I can say that about you, Auntie. You're very unbiased.
I, and just life experience between me. I'm a girl's girl. I got a lot of friends that are girls. You can't say girlfriends. I got a lot of friends that are girls. Um, because I've been accused of having girlfriends, so I got to be careful what I say. Because I am a girl's girl. So, um, do you think when we're shining too bright on ourselves, or and this I want to say this right? Do you think that we have a tendency to shrink who we are? Let's say like you're doing, and I am so guilty of this. Let's say, and I'm gonna put it in a workplace. Like if you're doing really well in your work environment, and you're promoted and doing well, and you're shining it, and the spotlight is being on you, and I'm gonna say whether it's your sister or your spouse or your cousin or something isn't doing as well as you are. Do you dim your light for that? Do you not speak on how well you're doing? Do you not, because you don't want to seem braggadocious?
And just coming from I think we're similar, Auntie. We're both Aquarians. We're a day apart, right? We have a lot of Aquarian quirks, and we like to see other people succeed, right? Like sincerely, but we may come off that we do have a very bright light. We have a very big personality. We're really always happy and shining, and when we're in the light. We're in the light. We're hyping you up, you know. And then sometimes I think that if we hype ourselves up, I think we feel a little bit bad because people think when we're hyping ourselves up because we have such a big personality that we're bragging. And
Yeah,
so I tend to see that when I tried to do that, I was kind of like, oh, like, oh, she thinks she's all that. She thinks she's this. And so then sometimes you kind of grow with that as you grow in life and you start seeing how that affects other people. So you do start trying to like dim your light when you get a promotion and you see your friend is struggling or you're having a good time in your relationship and they're not having a good time in their relationship.
yeah,
They're not doing so good financially. You try to help them. You can't brag about what you just bought or what you just did or your accomplishments or your husband just did this great thing for you because you know it's going to hurt their feelings. So I see myself, and I think other people do as well, if they're a good person, dimming themselves to make other people feel comfortable, which is okay sometimes, but sometimes you do it for a man as well, which is not good.
Yeah.
That's where the problem comes in. When you do it for a
Right.
partner, yes, they should hype you up as well instead of dimming your light, right?
Yeah, and I think when you start to not, because I know women a lot, like for a while, women were really skyrocketing, career wise. And a lot of times you wouldn't see like the celebrations, like I got a promotion, or or you see them with their partner, or like their partner ends up being stay home dad, and
And they're
they're
jealous.
skyrocketing, right? And you don't see them like being proud of their accomplishments at
I
all.
wonder why that is though. Like I've never understood that. I had that
Yeah,
situation as well. We're over it now, but after
yeah,
I explained that, I'm not, it's coming from me to help better us. So you
yeah,
should be happy because the finances that I'm making are coming to the pot for us to succeed, right? But
right,
I see that a lot. I don't see why men are, if your woman's making is a doctor and you're working at a warehouse job, hype her up because that income is coming in the household,
right.
right? If she start acting different, then that's when you should be like, okay. But
Yeah. Or
there's still
acting
a
superior, like women
right.
don't do that. Don't be superior if your paycheck is bigger, because there was a time when we, and still, if you put it dollar for dollar, if you're in the same career as a man, you're not making as much as he is. So
That's true
don't,
too.
yeah, let's keep that
Unfortunately.
real. Right. But
Unfortunately.
don't be superior if you're making more money. So
Exactly.
yeah, that's the thing
There's
I don't
always
like.
levels to it. There's always levels to it in everything that you do, right? So
Yeah. Because you're supposed to be proud of your accomplishments. A lot of us worked really hard to get where we are, and I've seen people turn down positions like, well, I don't want to climb a ladder higher than him. Now sometimes you can see someone doing that out of respect, like, are you promoting me to make him mad? Yeah, you're not going to use me like that.
it's different.
Then I can see, like, yeah, we're not going to use me in a trick bag. But when you
I'm taking it.
yeah,
What's that? Deal with it.
because
um,
sometimes there's like there's a lot of politics in certain um places, and a lot of times they do things like and I'm a you and this is real world scenarios. You may have a boss that is attracted to the wife, and he's trying to
girl.
put dissension inside a relationship, so he's going to
Hmm.
bypass the husband knowing he's more qualified and take the wife.
Yep. That's
So that's
true.
when you say, oh, you're not about to put me in a trick bag, you can keep that. So sometimes there's discernment and discretion on what you do. So sometimes that's why I say sometimes you leave that alone, because now you're messing with your home life, and you kind of know, because certain office politics come into place, like, oh, you
Office
ended up
politics
marrying
all the
that
time.
person, I wanted you and you didn't give me the time of day, so watch what I do to your relationship, because that's just real world scenarios, you know but
That's why it's
if
not
you
good to work together with your spouse. You need
yeah,
time and space apart, to
yeah.
miss each other. So working together, living together is all anyways a bad combination.
Ooh, let me tell you, because we kept
Mhm.
our relationship a secret. When we got married, it shocked the whole job. And then, and what they do is we work totally different shifts. Like, I was AM, he was relief. We hardly
That's
ever saw
good.
each other. They put us on this is why I say they play games. They put us on the same shit. Hey, Yvonne, what's up, cousin Marcy? They put us on the same shit. I see you, gas mask. They put us on the same shift with the same days off. I said, oh, you trying to ruin our relationship? So we live together, work together, and have the same days off? Ah, nah.
I don't miss
Then
you. It's the problem. No, I need to
I used
miss
to
you.
leave, like, we didn't even drive to work together, because I need my
Yes.
I'm quiet in the morning. I don't really talk. I'm kind of cranky. I used to get to work and the kids would be like, "Hey, you have your second cup of coffee yet? Can we talk?" They already knew. So could you imagine living with somebody that knows that you cranky? They don't want to see you in the morning. Go to work.
Don't work. I come alive in the nighttime. Right. I come alive at night. Seriously. You're so funny.
It's like, oh, one of his friends was like, "Man, your wife is so cool. I can't believe you, man." He was like, "What wife?
Hmm.
This
All
one?"
right. He don't know the inner,
You ain't seen this stuff
the
in the
other
morning.
side. We have a we have an outside, we have an inside. You know, so
Yeah, she nicer than cat, and she nicer than dog in the morning. I haven't asked the cat like you don't see him sitting there. Why you didn't ask him for nothing to eat? Get my
for real.
coffee. What's wrong with you?
I'm grumpy in the morning too. I am, unfortunately.
I'm not a morning person. Like I'm like shoot.
Me
Today I went
neither.
to bed about 9:30 this morning. So in the morning I'm don't play with me
You
in
a
the morning.
night morning, you a early morning night. Yeah, I
I
can't do that,
know.
unseen.
That's what I told you this morning. I got crazy sleeping hours. Don't play with me. I'm crazy.
I'm up at
So
4:40, unfortunately. But
yeah,
yes.
you poor thing.
I
So
know. No
I,
choice.
that used to be me. I'm so happily, thank you, Most High. I'm happily retired. So
You go, girl.
woody woody
Goals.
woo. So
Goals.
I'm telling you, keep going the way you going because we're gonna do a financial services show because I know you're in financial services. We're gonna do that one too. So this is what we talk about. I want to really get into women. Don't step on another woman. Well, let me not put my opinions out there. A lot of times, women we have the tendency after we just got on men offering women jobs because you're a little hater. Let's talk about women haters. We even though and I was this was said to me one day. They said, Dee, every time I come and talk to you, and you have to remember, I have 5 sons, I have 5 brothers. I was raised by my grandfather and my father, so I have a lot of men. And my Uncle Bubba, Uncle Tucson, Tio Tomas, Tio Este. I got a lot of men in my life. So this was said to me because if you reach out to me, and you're a woman. I'm always gonna be there. Anything you need, I'm gonna be there. I always say I'm a woman's woman. I got your back. It's been so many times that I done been up at 1 o'clock in the morning driving somewhere. Well, I don't drive anymore, so now it'll be Eric driving. So it was said to me, they said to me, dang, Didi, every time I talk to you about something, you always seem, and Alita used to get this too, you always seem to take the man's side. And I was like, you think so? You think I take the man's side? And I said, oh, okay. I get why you say that because sometimes you tell me stuff and I'll give you another perspective, not just your own. Like I said, don't invite me in if you don't want me to tell the truth.
That's the truth.
So if you
Shame.
wilding out, like if you call me and say I need you to come pick me up because I just busted the windows out his car, now I'm gonna come pick you up. I'm gonna help you escape. I'll pay your bill. I ain't gonna leave you sitting there. But I'm gonna tell you, girl, you know you tripped. Why are you busting the windows out his car? Well, he was whoopty whoopty whoopty. Still, why are you busting the windows out his car? Cause look at where
Now
you
he knew
at.
one. Yeah, he knew one.
Right.
Now you in jail. He got the freedom to roam around. You feel me? No.
And now
You
you look
know? And
crazy.
he got the key to your apartment. Hell nah. We ain't doing that.
Right. So I said, oh, okay, I can see why you could say I'll take their side. I just kind of give
No.
you, like both sides and the other perspective. I
I'm
ain't gonna always
biased.
tell you you right if you not right.
Me
So I
neither.
kind of got that why you would say that because I'm always gonna have your back. If he swing on you, he's swinging on both of us. But I'm gonna tell you after we done jumping him, girl, you know you was wrong.
I tell myself the truth all the time too. I talk to myself and tell myself the truth. You know you wrong, Tasha. Don't
Girl,
don't do it.
I be doing that sometimes after I got snapped.
Don't.
I come here and be
Yeah.
like, girl, you know you wrong. You have to
Why are
cook
you
something good
wrong?
for dinner tonight. Like, why you do that?
Exactly.
Hey, get that man a shake. You trip.
Right.
Girl.
When I was younger, no, I'll never admit it. I'll never fess up. I'll be in a room telling myself I'm wrong, but I'm never going to tell you I'm wrong. You know, I've learned that. I've grown on that at least. I'm very proud of that.
Why?
I know how
I'm
to
not wrong
apologize.
often.
I know how to
Shucks.
apologize. Yes.
I used to be one that didn't apologize. Now I'd be like, okay, I kind of tripped. So,
Yes. I have my
John
moment.
John. I don't have no kids though. I don't know where them kids came from. They got dropped off with the milk. No, I'm just joking. I got 5 kids. Lord have mercy.
Thank
Um,
you, John John.
but I have to just share that point because I thought that was hilarious. But women, as women, I want to say what we have to do is, and I don't know if you feel the same way, Tasha, is we can't step on each other to get ahead. Like we can't stab each other in the back. We can't double back each other. We can't like even badmouth each other, because sometimes you'll be sitting there and you'll hear somebody say something about somebody and you're thinking like, even if it's true sometimes, and I'm learning this as a grown up, because sometimes like if it's true you'll get to giggling like, girl, yeah, she do be doing that.
Mhm. Um,
Chuckle like she do be doing that.
with
And I
age
might
comes
not
growth.
say nothing. I'll be
Right.
like, you know, you be like, yeah, she, and
Not
you thinking
anymore.
you good because you didn't say nothing, but you sat in it, or you feed the fire,
You
like, well, you
feed
know,
into
she gets
it.
the truth
Yes.
and you egg on it, or you know that they're up for a promotion, and you be like, you know, she don't never come to work on time because you want that
Mm-hmm.
promotion. You know, we gotta, instead of saying, hey girl, you know you up for a promotion, you might want to stop coming to work on time. So whoever is better at the job gets the job.
So she
We
cannot come to
gotta,
work and still could be better at her job, not coming to work. So
yeah,
who are
because
you? Right. It could be anything, but I think as a black community, that's our problem.
yeah,
Um, we can never, I'll tell you what, age comes growth, and with that comes, unpettiness.
yeah,
But I guess being how we didn't have anything, back in the day, and now that we're acquiring wealth and we're able to acquire things freely, I think that has you know, put something on our back where we feel like we have to compete with our own race. Because as soon as one of us comes up, we look down on us, like, and that's the problem with
well, do
women,
you
black
think
women.
back in the days that they were more friendly than now? Because I look back at Aisha
Yes,
and she had, I mean, there was a group of women, they started a business together.
they're
Like
putting us
I,
against each other
yeah,
nowadays. It's
now
nowadays.
it's like it's a man eat man world, or a doggy dog world. It's like,
It
that
is.
crabs in the bucket thing.
They just
Because
feel. I
I
think it's
still have my friends from high school.
me
We just
too.
got together for Lloyd's birthday. It was a whole group of women.
Oh, that's
Nowadays,
awesome.
you look at a woman, she's like, I don't have no friends.
And that's why, because at the end of the day, like I said, back in the day, we were friends. But I think that they feel like the two black people can't fit that spot. Two black women can't fit that spot. Two black men can't fit that spot. So you got to go against your black brother or your black sister, because the world is pitting y'all against each other and you fought for it. That's the
And that's
problem with our society
predominantly
today.
amongst, and I have to agree. I think that's predominantly in the
Around
black community.
black
I don't think
community.
that really
Why?
happens in other communities.
It doesn't. I see it in my workplace all the time. And at the end of the day, I'm a woman's woman. I like all races. I love my black women, but I'm never going to put you down, to come up. But I'm not even saying they're putting me down, but I see them putting each other down, thinking two can't get the spot. And I see
Yeah,
it on Facebook. I see it on Instagram. I see it on the way the conversations go when you walk down the street and they eye you and they want to cut their eye at you.
yeah.
You know,
Even
it,
to
it
the point where you say, "What are you looking at?" And that happened to me at a furniture store. My sister-in-law could tell you that happened to me at a furniture store. She gonna ask me, "What am I looking at?" And I'm thinking, I had
why?
just told my sister-in-law how pretty her hair was, and
Exactly. That's
she
why you're
asked
looking
me,
at
"What was
her.
I looking at?" And I said, "I was admiring your hair,
Your
sis."
hair. And then they want to smile. Because it's
I
just it's
said,
just it's
"Girl,
embedded in us. It's embedded in us. It's
yeah,
not even it's not even on purpose. It's just that that's what they put out in the world, that that they don't that we don't like each other. So that's what embedded in every black woman as we walk around. And you think somebody, now that I'm older, I know they're not looking at me crazy. But even when I was younger, I'd be like, "What you looking at, bitch?" you know,
right."
like,
So this is a
for no
PSA
reason.
announcement.
Yeah, right.
We
Right.
have
Oh,
got to stop doing that. And if
right.
you make it up, let's help each other up. Even if you can't help somebody with the spa, be congratulatory, or be happy,
Yes.
or say good. And it's crazy because I saw this one video and they said there's nothing like um like if a sister gives you a compliment, it's nothing better than that compliment coming from a sister. And it had a compilation. Some, it was funny because it was other races getting compliments from black sisters, and it was a whole compilation video of, and the white dude had me laughing. He was like, she pulled up to me in her car and she was like, like them glasses. And he was like, I'm set for the rest of my life. Every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, glasses. And I said,
Right.
it's crazy to me. And you know what made me think about it is like, oh, and then some lady was outside taking pictures. Like she was taking pictures, and some ladies in the car pulled up, and they was like, "That's right, sis." And she was like, "Oh, check me out." She was like, "I'm
Right.
out." So if you can bring that much joy, a compilation of them, you as a black sister can bring that much joy to all these other races that got so excited that your moody tail
Right.
can give a compliment that you made their day. Can you imagine if you did it all the time?
Right. And it's not all of us, it's just majority of us. We have a lot of us that we congratulate, but it's just the majority of us have something embedded in them, from
Yep.
how we grew up and what we've been around and what we experienced, that we feel like we have to pit ourselves against each other for no reason, you know?
Yeah. Cause I mean, just to have a positive spirit, be like out of the blue, be like, look at you. He was like glasses. Every time I look in the mirror, I'm be like
And they're gonna
glasses.
smile. They're gonna smile. If you that one
Yeah.
that one girl mean mugging you, you say something out loud to her instead of just looking at her, she's gonna be happy about it. But if you just look at her, which we shouldn't feel that way either, but maybe that's the problem. What we need to start doing more often is
Oh
actually
yeah.
saying something instead of just being quiet and admiring.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Cause joy brings joy.
Joy brings joy.
Positivity brings, and sometimes I always tell people like, you can meet somebody that was that day was going to end their life, and you said something that made them feel good, and they went home and said, "Dang, not today."
I feel that same way.
So
I say that
we
all the
gotta do
time.
better. Yeah, we
Right.
gotta do better. Cause what you pass out in the world, and you also will be held accountable for the negativity that you put out in the world. So if you could always go to bed at night, because every night you should thank the Lord for the day that you had and ask for forgiveness for the things that you do. Could you imagine a list of if you really did it every day? Because I have to say I forget sometimes. I'll be laying here, I'll be sitting here working, I'll wake up, I'll be like, oh dang, I dozed off
they
with the phone in my
they
hand.
gone. They gone.
Forgot to give thanks, forgot to ask for forgiveness, you know. But if you had to sit at the end of the night, if this was your job at the end of the night before you could go to sleep, you had to write down all the terrible things you did for that day versus the good things you had to do. Think about it. You would really start changing your perspective. Like you could not go to sleep until you made that list. You would really change the things that you did every day because you didn't want that list to be unbalanced. So let's just like start walking through life. And this is just for everybody, not just for women. And that's how you start to fix yourself. You start to look at yourself. You start, because this is the things that I started doing. Because I was just telling Eric before the show started, like, I pretty much am a decent person. I really don't do things to people. I'm not like walking around just living like
Intentionally.
this crazy, mi vida loca. I'm living a crazy life. I pretty much don't do much anything that's sinful or bad or anything. It's my mouth.
And that's what I'm saying. I can add to that. That's why I say you're living more intentional, right?
Yeah.
I can say I believe in God to the utmost. He's shown himself in my life and has made me change my life drastically, right? So I tell myself, I have a big ass mouth. I know I do. Excuse my language. I know I do. And I'm your mini me. But I tell myself, we're always going to have negative thoughts. We're always going to have thoughts, right? But God tells me, and this is what he told me, don't speak it into existence. As long as it don't come out my mouth, it can be
Yep.
fixed, right?
That's
So
true.
if I can't help but think it, but and
Yes.
those thoughts will soon go away over time as I'm continuing to work on myself. But it's what you say at your mouth that feeds, right?
Yeah.
And that causes chaos. So that's what I live
And I
towards,
don't
like
even have
not
to say
saying it out my
I
mouth.
yeah. I don't really say it to people. It's
I
it's
used to. I
yeah,
used
it's like
to.
like the TV, like something be going on TV, and I'd be like, that is so stupid. What that is a dumb, and that's what I'm trying to work on.
And around
Because that
people, it
creates a
matters.
negative
Around people,
spirit.
it matters. When you're by
Yeah.
yourself, it does not matter. When you're around people whose ears can hear, that's when it becomes a problem, right?
Yeah.
But when you're by yourself, you're going to have those. You're still working on yourself. That's why I say I
Yeah.
don't speak it into existence, and that's what I've been working on as well. Not
And
saying it
that's
out
why
loud.
I have separated myself. Like I haven't been watching the news. I can't, because all the stuff that's
Very
going on in the
opinionated.
world. Yeah, because
Mm-hmm. Me
it's so
too.
negative, and I think
It
that's what's been
is.
drawn into my spirit. Because like I was walking the dog, and this is why I say this is why I got to watch what I say. I was walking my dog, and it was two. We had two stray dogs out, so I really couldn't walk them that far. And then that's when you get that negative spirit, and you're like, all these stupid people that don't put their dogs away. Why did they have to be stupid people?
Auntie, I know
So
you.
that's what I'm trying to work on. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even know these people. How you know their dogs just didn't get out? You know what I mean?
Right?
So
That's
that's
what
the
I'm
kind of
working on
stuff
too.
that I'm
That's
working on.
crazy. That me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Me
So that's
too.
that's where I'm trying to that's my hindrance right now. Like, you don't even know these people. You don't know their
We
dogs just
mean
didn't get
well,
out.
and we're not
Yeah.
talking about a specific person. We're still talking about somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not specific, but we're still talking. And I'm working on that too, Auntie.
Yeah.
I have that same problem.
Yeah. And that
But I think a lot of us in the world have that problem. And like you said, that's great advice. Like learn to work on what you can work on and what you know you can control, which you can only control yourself, right? You can't control other people, but you can control how you.
and that's where it's and that's what I when the Bible says we just did. If you can just start with yourself,
Yeah, it's so hard though. It is hard.
because we always trying to fix everybody else. And that's why I said we got to fix our crowns. You know, if we could just fix ourselves, if we could just, if you start with yourself,
That's great advice.
right? Because we're always trying to tell everybody else what they doing wrong. Oh, you got to do this, and you no. If you just start with you, if you
It's gonna
fix
exude.
yourself,
It's gonna exude
right?
into, and they're gonna want to. You're leading by positive example. You fixing
Exactly,
yourself fixes the circle around you. That fixes their circle. That fixes their circle. Yes,
exactly,
that is
exactly. And it's
true.
something that Abuelita said. Hey, you did see? Hey, sweetheart. One
Hi.
thing Abuelita said is that she wanted to walk into a room and people would say, "What is it about her? Oh my goodness, what is it about her? So she, this sweet little lady. What is it about this lady? Oh my gosh, I love her.
She's
What
very good at
is it?"
manipulation, boy.
Right, and when she would tell you, you know what I mean? Like she would say, "Oh, I love my Jesus. I love the Lord. You if you love the Lord, you can be like me." You know, but she wouldn't just walk around, shouting from the hilltop. And everybody loved Abuelita.
Yes,
I heard one person when she passed away say something about Abuelita that wasn't nice. Well, they just said she was kind
what
of
they say.
sassy. She
Oh,
was
she was
sassy.
definitely sassy.
But
Yes,
I
she
was
sure
like, to
was.
me, oh, yes, she was.
Yes, she
But
was in a cute way.
oh, Abuelita, she only 4 foot nothing.
She is so
So,
cute.
but
Okay,
it was
packed a lot of
just,
punch.
she
Yes.
did. And I said, I want to grow up to be like that. Like I said in the beginning of the show, Abuelita, she made me such a powerful woman. And it wasn't because when it was funny because at the job, there was like, when I met your mother, she cursed me out. And there was like, oh, I loved your mama. And then she cursed me
Yep.
out.
Mm-hmm. Because you wouldn't have seen it coming. Like she's just so cute. Like she was
I
very
don't know.
100% real, very
I don't
little
know
and
how that
real.
lady worked with all the HROs and she was only this big. I'm
Yes.
like, I look over you. How did you do that? But I told the story that she was a type of woman that if she had $6, she would give you four and then tell you, baby, you need to handle your money better. What? But she just really instilled on me one, how to be a good person, how to be a good leader, how to really think about other people before you think about yourself. And I don't know and I miss that lady so much because I never met, as much as she drove me crazy.
Right
I
across the
never
hall.
I never met anybody that put other people's needs, really. No matter how many times she would tell you, "You don't call me, you don't care," but she would call you
I
all the
know she
time.
would. I know.
So if we learn anything about being a strong woman, like, and she was like me, she raised her kids and everybody else's. So, but she had a mouth on her. We ain't gonna give her sainthood. Oh my gosh.
But she said, hey, but she was real. She loved everybody, and she loved everybody
Yeah,
100% unconditionally. So
yeah.
we can say that about her
And
personality.
it was,
She was a 17-year-old trapped in her body for her whole life. You know,
oh, she was,
firecracker.
wasn't she? I
Yeah,
didn't even think about that.
firecracker.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really was. She's had a young spirit, and she is very 100% real facts. She's gonna tell you exactly what it is. You know,
And that's where I get it from. Like, there was no,
no
she never,
sugarcoating.
that's what I miss about it. Like, she was one person that I always tell people, don't lie to me. Like, just tell me the truth, because I had a mother that just never lied to me.
She never took sides either.
No,
No.
and she did not pick sides. And that's the one thing
Mm-mm.
that I have from her is like, be honest, be truthful, and you never one, you never have to remember what you said, and
No.
two, no one has to ever you. People don't have to second guess who you are, you know. But the difference between me and her is I don't speak everything. I don't like confrontation. My mother could,
You're
she could,
softer.
yeah,
Yeah. You're even more you're softer, auntie, but
yeah, very much so, yeah.
mhm.
I don't have.
In a
She's a lot
sense,
tougher than
yes.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't. A lot of times, if you get confrontational with me, I'm gonna start laughing first. Like, wait a minute, what?
Mhm. I got time. 'Cause it's funny.
Then I might say some offhanded quip. You know, I might say some little funny comment off the. Like, wait, what? Because I'm kind of funny.
Me too.
Um, but you know, if you come at her, you better watch it. That little 4 foot nothing. I'm a little nervous. So,
Oh, I learned. I tried it.
yeah.
Yeah. Didn't go
So,
far.
oh
Mm.
yeah. And with that, we have to remember as women, we have to raise very, very strong families because it starts at home.
Tough skin. Yeah.
Yeah.
In
And
this world.
if we send our and I always say it starts in a lot, everybody isn't faith based, so I don't, I just,
Thank
for
you,
me and my
Ritzy.
family, you gotta you too, Yuditsi sweetheart, and Yuditsi has a very strong faith base, and she's good with her kids with that, but you gotta really
Awesome.
start at home and give them some, because you know, if they don't have some type of foundation with right and wrong, and that really starts with your faith, you know,
It
a lot
really
of times
does.
our kids aren't super afraid of us. Mine were definitely afraid of me until they got to a
Moms
certain
are scared
age.
of me. Shit.
Yeah, but when they get to a certain age, if they're afraid of
They start letting up.
something, you know,
Hmm.
like it changes things. Because when mine stopped being afraid of me, mine started reading the Bible for themselves, and it
Oh, they're
really,
very into faith. Yeah, they are.
yeah,
Them boys. Yeah,
very
they
much
are.
so.
Very much so.
Yeah, and it
I'm
gets
happy
so,
we do have that base, though. I'm happy that I got it from both sides. I'm happy that I got it from you guys. I'm happy that I got it from my other side as well.
yeah,
That you guys are very strong in faith,
yeah,
and we built upon that with
yeah.
how we act in the world today. You know,
It
it
does.
also helps you how you act in the world because
It does.
there's consequences. There's consequences.
Right.
Hmm.
And that's the one thing we have to, as building, especially as moms, we have, if you see the video, I went through everything that we go through as moms. Like, I wanted to kind of tap on everything. We got to be teachers, we got to be bill payers, we got to be mechanics, we got to be
Yeah.
counselors. Like, you know, you got the woman sitting there and the husband is like venting on her, and she just sitting there like, I don't know what you want me to say. You know, because we got to be count. And if you think, we got to be nurses, we have to be everything
As
as a
women,
woman.
we are
We are.
nurturers. We
We
really
are
are. We are teachers. We are
everything.
counselors. We're supposed to be there for everyone. That's why God made us the way that we are, with
Yes.
that softer side. Men are
And then,
supposed to be workers and builders, and you know,
yes. So you got to learn, and then you, at the end of all that, you got to put all your faith in the Most High, and then then you have to be, find a way, after you've held all that, you've done all that, you built all that, you this super strong woman because you can handle all that. Then you got to be soft and submissive.
hmm.
So when I say, and there's a healing and a lot of times there's a lot of childhood trauma that goes on to a lot of us, and that's a whole different show. The
Yeah,
trauma that goes into a lot of things that we've all grew up with, because a lot of us went through some type of trauma. Whether I come from a divorced home, but my trauma doesn't come from coming from a divorced home, because I have both my parents. I was blessed to have both. But I guess that might not be super true, because Dwayne said to me that um them as children, and this was so eye-opening to me, because I thought that their trauma only came from their divorced family life, but he said their childhood is unpacking their parents' childhood trauma.
I could see.
Wow.
Okay, wow, that's deep.
So think about that. So we as children, we take our childhood trauma and we put that on our children, and then
That's
they
true.
grow up with whatever happened in their lives from their parents. So not
That's
only do
true.
they have, now watch this, not only do they have our childhood trauma, but then they have their childhood trauma.
That's deep.
Generational curses.
Yeah.
Generational curses. Always goes back to that scripture. When people like, oh, Bible, yeah, that I don't read that Bible. That Bible ain't real. That's a fictional book. Generational curses. When you talk about generational curses, that's how you tie it.
A lot of things have been changed in the Bible, but most of it is all facts. It's just certain people added certain things into that book, but the
Oh
base of
yeah.
that book is 100% facts. It's just some things were added, and
Well,
we can't control what was added,
yeah. And I
But
also don't do my opinion, book my opinion verse 6 7. I don't
six,
get into it.
seven,
Yeah, that's why I use 6 7 because it makes it really funny.
right? Lighten it
I
up,
told you.
right? Lighten it up. But yeah, it's generational curses, and we
Yeah.
can't control our generational curses, but we can stop them now.
Yes.
We can stop them now that we're aware. We're more aware
Yeah.
in 2026 than we've ever been as
Oh
a
yeah.
people.
And we gotta see them.
So
We got once you see them, because it's crazy when you look back and you say, dang, I
you
can
didn't
see
see
my
them.
dad's. Now that he said that, I could look back and see my dad's and they're how
His
they're
curses,
inflicted on
right?
me.
That's so true.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Yep. So that was the realest thing that boy ever dropped on me. Yeah. Because you said when I had my kids, I'm not doing to my kids what my parents did to me. Poof. Yes, I did.
Yes, I did too.
Yep. Yep.
I just fixed it around the second or third one, but the first one got the son of it, but that's the same thing that happens with them in the past as well. The first kid always got and then it trickled down lesser and lesser as we learned and as we grow. We're only human, right? We're learning, and we're as parents, we're learning as well. Nothing's
Yeah.
perfect. So we're still growing as we have kids and we've had experience on what works and
Yeah.
what doesn't, you know?
Oh, oh yeah. Definitely. So, and I just saw we're at 58. I'm gonna ask how the last question is, how do you build back up your confidence and fix your crown, queen? I never let anyone call me a queen. Queen, my partner, Queen Jean, used to always call me queen. I was like, my mommy is a queen. I can't be a queen. And she's like, girl, you a queen too. So how do you get your confidence back, my little mini me queen?
Hmm. Building upon yourself, as you stated, like not dying yourself down for any partner, living in your truth, taking accountability for what you've done to yourself, and the things that you let happen to yourself. Only
Yeah,
you can control you, and you can control what happens to you. It's the little person inside you that lets these things happen to you, that it's built upon trauma. Your subconscious has a lot of trauma, and you don't know that you have it, but once you know you have it, you're able to build upon fixing yourself and holding yourself accountable for the things you let happen as well. Once you notice that, and I'm not blaming it on somebody else, then you can
yeah,
fix yourself. Because can't nobody do nothing to you that you don't want, that you didn't do to yourself. That's all I did.
girl.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to add on to that. I'ma just dang,
It's the
you hit
same
that
probably
on the
thing
nose.
you're going through it too. That's probably why. This is the same
Yeah.
experience that we're all holding ourselves accountable, and we're building upon it, and we're fixing ourselves slowly but surely.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Only thing I'm gonna do is add to that is just say, pray and have some faith.
Oh,
And
I
get some
missed that.
counseling if you
That
I
too.
highly believe
Put
in
God
counseling.
first.
Yeah.
And I've learned that from you and my family and my mom and my grandma, my abuelita. Put God first, and He'll help you build upon that as well.
Yeah.
So, hmm
Oh yeah, definitely. And all things are possible through him. I truly believe in that.
me
Trust and
too.
believe. I done been through a lot of things that I don't talk about. That if I didn't and everyone knows I lost my son. Ain't no way in the world.
Yes,
No way in the world I'd have survived. My oldest son, my baby, my little
I know.
ain't no way in the
That was a
world. If it
hard
wasn't for
one.
the most high that I'd have got through that. So when I tell you, trust and believe, he can get you through your darkest, hardest times where you think that all you could do is crawl on the ground. And there was a point in time that I said, Lord, if you save me, I promise.
I said the same thing, Auntie. I lost my sister from suicide after I called her the craziest things I could ever call her. She died 2 days later and
I
committed
remember.
suicide. So
Yeah.
and God picked me up, and that's the only reason I changed my life, because He showed me that He was real, and He helped me build.
If you
So
call on him, if you
I
call on him,
called
he
on
will
Him.
pick you up.
Yeah, that's crazy. He really
I was
did.
on that
5 years
ground too.
now. Yeah, I believe you. David was very special. You know, all of our kids are special. So I applaud you on that too, because I didn't know at that time before I've had my spiritual awakening how you could have survived until I had my spiritual awakening. I knew, you know? Um,
Oh yeah. So that's
yeah.
why I'm here to told you.
Yeah.
I'm here to told you. So and if you know me and you see me, because a lot of you guys see me, I make a lot of silly jokes in the comments. You see me live on here. I it's a rare occasion that you can trust and believe you can make me angry. If
You had a
you
lot of dark
do, you
moments. You
went
had a lot of dark
way too
times.
far. Cause
You came out of
I'm
it.
yeah, I'm pretty much a happy-go-lucky person. I like to be happy. Um, my sense of humor is weird, so you got to get to know me to know that I got a really strange sense of humor. I think I'm funny. Eric
Sarcastic
always
sense of
says the only
humor.
person that thinks I'm funny is me.
That's what everybody says about me too, Auntie. I have sarcastic humor. It's funny to me. People are probably, I'll rub everybody else the wrong way. Yeah. So,
It's like you're only funny to you.
yep.
That is
I'm
not
okay with
funny.
that. I'm okay
He
with
got
that.
laughing. Well, I'll be laughing so hard. Like text G-Lew one day, and I was laughing so hard over the text message. I know he looked at it like this is not funny.
I see, I'm laughing because you're laughing.
So quite hilarious. That's why I myself ever. I make myself laugh. I am funny to me. And my
Me
dog.
too.
I get to laugh and he gets to jumping around. He think I'm funny too. Thank you guys for AJC. Good
Thank
to
you,
see you,
Jesse.
sweetie. Oh, we thank you guys for hanging out with us. Next week we have our musical show. And I think I was thinking about doing Celia Cruz for Abuelita.
Okay.
Tasha like, don't play no dang Celia Cruz. Abuelita drove me crazy with Celia Cruz. But we have our musical
Okay.
show next week. She like, I ain't gonna know another song. First you did Sade, now you doing
Not
Celia
one.
Cruz.
Not one.
I know, we'll see.
Okay. I'm down for whatever though. So
Oh, she made me watch that freaking documentary, like 2 or 3 different documentaries on Celia Cruz. I might not punish you like that. She got me. I was like, Mom,
I
I watch Celia Cruz one more
love
time,
I
one
love
more
learning about
again.
her though. I like to learn about the younger Abuelita and so I'm down for anything. So
Oh yeah, yeah, she's fun. Yeah, I believe it. But next week every second week we're gonna be doing our musical show, and then every third week we're gonna have our men's panel. So hopefully, I got he couldn't come last month because it was his grandma's like 80th birthday party. So
beautiful.
have a great night, everyone. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. My
Bye
Bible study just
guys.
started. I didn't even know K Judah was going live tonight. He just be popping it. I'm gonna try to eat something and jump on with
I
them.
made it.
But thank you for hanging
You said you
out
could
with
join
us.
the show too,
Thank you
Mom.
for supporting
So my
us.
mom's
I
here.
know
She's
you
like, tell her
weren't
to
kind of a
join
regular,
in.
but we do appreciate that you guys always
Yeah.
come back
You tell your kids
and
don't
give us
put no
love
food
and
away.
support.
Period.
We hope Neno had a
I
good
know.
time at the movies.
You're
We
right.
love
Little
her
looser.
to death. And then thank you,
Little
Tasha,
looser.
for hanging out with
What are you
us.
making? Oh yeah, now let me find the what you call it for you guys.
We don't even know if she's still on. Tasha crazy as a Betsy B. If you missed last night, I actually don't know. I was watching last night. I was so tired. I don't know what's going on with me with my crazy because I only slept for like 2 hours and I was up all night long. I have to. Hey, if you don't know, I have go check out my YouTube channel. You guys know Diddy Hairston. I always put up some inspirational stuff over there. And I got a cartoon channel one day I'll share with you guys. It's called Scrolls of Judah if you want to look it up. And I do a lot of other videos. I'm all over YouTube with my videos. With that being said, I love y'all. Thank you for hanging out with us. I really appreciate you. I see you. I see we got Yudichi tonight. Really nice to see you. Keisha, Gas, Jesse, John, welcome in. Nice to see you. Nico, cousin Marcy, Frederick, and it's me, Dee Dee. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. It's a gospel thing. And then for oldies rule forever. Love y'all. Thank y'all. I'm glad you guys appreciate the videos that we shoot out to y'all. Thank you for hanging out with us. And thank you, Digital West, for that theme music. Shout out to Digital West for the theme music. Love y'all. See you tomorrow.